Hi everyone, this is CJ with Cyclotron. Well, as of this recording on Tuesday, September 19th, United Auto Workers are still on strike. They're striking against Ford, GM, and Stellantis. They want much higher wages, better protection. They want to get rid of the two-tiered pay structure. I want to compare what's going on with these auto companies relative to their workforce and how Harley Davidson is going to have similar problems in all likelihood in a few years. According to news reports, one of the key factors driving discontent among the workers, the union workers at these auto plants, is the high level of executive pay. Here's an article I saw online talking about the executive pay for the top three automakers here. Let's take a look at this. So we have General Motors. Their CEO made $29 million in compensation as Mary Barra. And for comparison purposes, General Motors had $10 billion in profit. For Ford, Jim Farley, CEO, they paid him $21 million and made a profit of $4.1 billion, and these are net profit figures. Stellantis paid their CEO, Carlos Tavares, $25 million, and they made $12 billion in net profit. And you look at these ratios, I thought was interesting. So if you take the ratio of net profit to CEO pay, it's 345 for GM. So in other words, she was paid 1/345th of their profit in compensation. Ford 195, Stellantis 480. Now let's look at Yoke and Zeitz. If people are upset about the CEOs of GM, Ford, Stellantis making over $20 million a year in compensation, I'd really be interested in what people think with Yoke and Zeitz making $44.3 million in total compensation last year. And he, along with most executives, have the bulk of this compensation in the form of stock incentives. Although if you look at Harley's stock chart, it's a little confusing as to what they were actually rewarding him for in terms of performance of their stock. Harley Davidson had a net profit of $740 million. So Yoke and Zeitz made 1/17th of the total net profit for Harley Davidson. So his ratios are way different than the other executives. And I would say that a company that's making $4 to $12 billion in net profit should be rewarding their CEOs on a higher percentage basis than Yoke and Zeitz. Of course, I'm not arguing for these people to make more than the $20 million a year that they're making. I'm just saying, if you just compare the CEO salary in the auto industry to what Yoke and Zeitz is making, it's very disproportionate. One interesting side note, Jim Farley is on the board of directors, and it's the board of directors that approve these pay packages for their CEOs and other executives. So this brings me back to, if the auto companies are having big problems with union labor right now and coming to an agreement that's equitable for all sides, you know, the car companies say they basically can't stay in business if they pay much more money to their workers. Harley Davidson, their union ratified an agreement, and of course their union's International Brotherhood of Machinists and Aerospace Workers, but they ratified an agreement last August. It was a 5-year agreement, and Harley management sweetened the deal a little bit by offering stock ownership to 4,500 hourly employees. From what I understand, this stock won't vest into the employees' accounts for a period of 5 years. So I don't know if they have a partial vesting each year or it's all or nothing. If they leave for whatever reason, before the 5 years they get nothing. But you know, when you hear stories about UPS drivers getting total compensation of $160,000 a year, and all these labor strikes that are going on, whether it's with Hollywood or the auto workers, there is pressure to distribute more of the earnings back to the workers. And I think it's going to be kind of interesting in these manufacturing jobs. The workers' value is only going to increase because these jobs aren't going to be replaced by AI or robots anytime soon. And there are fewer and fewer people, it seems, that want to work these types of jobs. A lot of people want to work from home now, although I think the so-called white-collar jobs are more vulnerable to AI displacement than the factory jobs are. I'd be curious what your thoughts are. I mean, we live in a capitalist system. I'm not going to begrudge anybody whatever they can make in this system. I'm just trying to put things in perspective. People are genuinely upset, whether it's Bob Iger's compensation or Mary Barra's compensation, and how Jochen Zeitz can kind of fly under the radar relative to the perception of disproportionate pay is a little surprising to me. But again, he may find himself in a much tougher position when it comes time to renegotiate the union agreement 3 years from now, or I guess it'd be 4 years from now. So he's got a little bit of time, but the salary compression, the pressure to pay more money, and the requirement to pay more money for people coming in the door is only going to push salary demands higher, in my opinion. So I'd be curious what you think. You know, why do you think Jochen Zeitz managed to avoid the scrutiny here? I mean, if I was Mary Barra trying to defend why she made $20-some million, the short answer is, yeah, but Zeitz made $43 million. Go talk to him. So anyway, please leave your comments down below. Thanks for watching, and please stay tuned for future videos.